Alrighty. Sorry about the slow start. Just had to get Nitro so I can stream on Discord, the screen sharing as well, so we can get some people in there having a chat. What we're going to be working out today is the Karaoke Space. So, not really sure what I'm going to work on because I haven't looked at it for a few days, so we'll give it a shot. Alright, let's get into it. I forgot to change the thing. Hang on. Doop, 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 doop. Where is it there? There we go. Alrighty. Karaoke. Let's go. So, how's everyone doing today? What are we all building? Is it the future? Oh no, I didn't get a chance to make that one. Oh well. Might not worry about that today. We can work on something else because I've already done a workshop on that. So if you want to see that from start to finish, e.g. this one. If I recall, though, I actually made... Did I not make it? Let's check. Because I recall making the two... Oh no. Oh no. Have I... Oh no! I overwrote it. Oh, that's bad. Always make backups, people. I got one more thing to check and see how much I've actually lost. That is unfortunate. Oh well. Oh no. Alright, let's lost that as well. That's annoying. Damn you, DDR. Why did I do that? That's just weird. Oh well. Oh, that means I've lost everything too. Like the whole space. Like all of this and stuff. Oh well. So, as an example, I did this completely on purpose so I could tell you that if this happens, it would actually be possible to port all of this back into a new space. So if I wanted to start again, so I'm actually going to save this as Dance Dance Revolution, because that's what it is. I'm going to figure out where I put that too. Let's just put it in the base. So okay, that's saved. I can get rid of all these assets. Oh, they have to be visible to delete them. That's interesting. Okay. And then I can actually go in to my Karaoke Space and import all the FBXs from here, and then that'll be kind of done. Like so. Just import. And there we have our assets. And then we can save that. So, in essence, I haven't actually lost that much. All I've lost is the chair, the high poly chair, corner, because I've still got the high poly. But the fact is that, say for example, I've lost the low poly that would make that used multi-resolution and all that sort of stuff to make the high poly. So that is unfortunate, but I can make that again. So we're going to save that as our Karaoke Space. And done. So, let's get rid of them. Alright. So, crisis averted, I guess. Now, I think we actually need to get sort of this area brighter and correctly colored. So that's looking kind of nice with that. So let's do that, shall we? Kind of want to listen to music. Does anyone else want to listen to music? There is... Hang on. So, we got those. Now, Unity will do a thing where if you have a bunch of lights... Now, these are real-time lights. So, if you go into one of these prefabs, you'll note that that is baked. But what will happen is the real-time light will not work. Just because Unity. That said, I believe... if I did... Well, let's do this on, say, some of these. Well, actually all of them. Because it's prefab. Render mode, is that one important? And then if I go to the prefab that has that, I can go apply all. And then that will be set. So once again, go to point light, render mode, and make it important, and then you'll actually see the result of it. So that's much useful, very useful in regards to that sort of thing. Do we want that around here as well. We kind of do. I'm a big fan of this lighting feature, I guess you could call it. So I do kind of want to do that. Yeah, let's do that. So let's get rid of all of them. Yeah. Party glass, don't need the party glass. Okay. So we either do that or we do up the end there. Like, I don't want the end, so it goes up there, and then that'd be kind of cool. So let's do that, shall we? Key for knife. Random guess. Key for knife, random guess. And fix it in post. Ah, why is that? Interesting. I do want it to be 2 meters though, so I'm actually gonna just move that up a little bit as well. That's fine. Now we need this GX to there. That one's good. Cool. Sure. Alright, doop, nope, doop, 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 nope, doop. There we go. I'm going to all transforms that so it's correct before I do the inset. And if I recall, it goes in and out because I want to cover that. So that is about 2.5, 3. 1, 2.5. Cool. Next we need to go down. So EZ. Z. About there. E again, because we need that distance there. Three, so we can select all of that. Hello, Stagmatic. How's it going? Just a heads up, you might be recorded because this is streamed as well. If you're okay with that. Otherwise, I can actually no. My desktop audio is quiet. Would you like to be recorded or not? Cool. There we go. Complete. Yeah, I'm making my karaoke space. So this one. So yeah, every Friday I'll just do my build and chill, which is literally just me working on my karaoke space. So welcome to that. How about you? You been working on much? Right. Okay. Not at all. Like I think I tried CAD once, and then I realized you could go to 0.0000000000001%. I'm just like, this is too technical. So it's like, I don't need that level of precision. Like, Max has 0.00 and it's done with the default settings, and I'm like, this is cool. So, yeah. That said, I could try and help, but I guarantee nothing. Hmm. Um, so it's a material thing, sorry? Oh, okay. Right. Okay. So it's an extra model that has like an extra layer actual model, so polygons. Actually, that's a good question. Is it extra polygons that you don't necessarily need? Yeah. Right. No, I don't, from what I can tell, because I think this is I've had issues with this before where it's just like this is architectural language and I don't know it. But if it's if it's creating polygons and materials that you don't really see as being different from the model that you're making, then that's extra that Unity needs to render, which is not very good for the performance of it, if that makes sense. So in Unity, basically, it's what you see is what you get. So if you delete the extra stuff that you're worried about, and it still looks the way you want it, and it does the material the way you want it, then that's better. You want polygons and material counts to be as low as possible. So my guess is no. Yes. So even from Blender, which does do texturing quite well, there are add-ons you can get for Blender and other things where it's just like it's going to when you import it with FBX, it doesn't really keep that material information the same. So usually I will only apply textures in Unity if I need it as a reference. So like I want to find out where the lines are for different tiles or something like that. But if it's baked or if it's a tileable texture, I usually don't do the material at all in Blender. I'll actually just make it from scratch in Unity. So yeah, you could save that step and just do all materials in Unity. Does ArchiCAD do UV unwrap UVs? Can you assign your UVs in CAD? Right. So UVs are when UVs tell a model how to apply a 2D texture. So if you had a cube, you'll actually, why don't I just show you? Because we're here. So if I go to UV editing, for example, now this is bad because this is not good. So this weird shape here is what this texture, this square texture, would be applied as that, which is incorrect. So what I would have to do, if I select all the assets and just go say, let's do Smart UV Project, that. So this is much better, and is how the material would be applied to this asset. So basically unwrapping or UVs are where the texture is applied to the model. I'm assuming no, because Yeah. So, in your case, if all of the assets that you make are sort of semi-correctly unwrapped in that it's like you can put a tile on it and it will just tile correctly, you can adjust the scale of that tile in Unity. You probably wouldn't be able to do that in CAD, but in Blender I can sort of make this bigger, and then the texture would be tiled here as well. But I'm assuming with how things work in, it should be okay. Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah, CAD is a different beast, I'll say that much. But yeah. The only thing I'd be worried about is, and Revit and Rhino does the same thing. So once again, I'm not sure how CAD does it, but the poly count can be quite high on like curved objects. So if you had like a cool extrusion, I don't think CAD cares about how many polygons, and therefore curved objects usually have really high polygons coming from those kind of programs. So keep that in mind. There are ways to do it, but you'd probably have to do it in another program like Blender or something. I have made one mesh optimization tutorial. I'll probably need to make more because it does come up a fair bit. So yeah. It once again depends on the poly count and the so the main things that come into performance is poly count and draw calls. And draw calls are things like how many materials are getting drawn. So I've seen I don't know if it was CAD or something similar where I made like it had a door, so I just made the door, and it does like it adds all of the assets for a door, kind of like the hinges and the door handle and the door like frame and like there was like this many layered door, which is great for CAD, but in a game world you wouldn't either see them or you don't need them or you need to optimize them. So it really comes down to poly count. There is a free asset in the Unity store called polycount, of all things, and that can actually count how many polygons your asset has. So if it's a really small object, you want it to be a much smaller polycount. If it's a hero object like a statue or something, then that can be still quite high. So it really depends on the asset you're making and like a lot of things. But yeah. Depends on the asset. So if you made it one level, when I'm looking, let's say I'm in the middle of the level and I look south, if it's one object, I'm also still kind of considering all of the polygons that are north, even though I'm not looking at them. So yes and no. I don't. The other thing is also, if you have any asset that is tiled. So if I had a statue or a plant or say pillars are a good example. If I had a pillar, I would make one pillar and duplicate that in Unity. Yeah, that's that. No, that's not the best word. What would I use? Copied, duplicated. That one. We'll use that. So if yeah, in this case, tiled is a texture thing. But if you had a duplicated object, so let's say a pillar. Usually, depending on how many, of course, but usually I would make one pillar and then I would go into Unity, make a prefab, and then anytime you change that pillar, all of them will change. So prefabs are really useful for that. But then I would duplicate that pillar around the space, and one, that saves on file size because you only have one pillar in file size, and then you're instancing that around the world. And the thing is also you're instancing that around the world, so it is more performant. So game dev and CAD dev is very different things, and there's a whole process. And once again, like, you could make it one space depending on the space, but if you want a really complex space, you have to start looking at ways to optimize. So if it's a very simple space, then yes, you could 100% make it one object. But if you were doing a really complex space, you would have to figure out, okay, how do I do all the tricks that allow me to make this run at sort of 60 frames a second, because that's the minimum ideal state that you'd want a nice space, because then you have canvases and like players. Like if you have 200 players in that space, you need it to be as performant as possible. So there's a lot of factors. Yeah. But yes, so there's many tricks. One, I personally wouldn't make one space. I think there's a lot of potential problems for that. But once again, it depends on how you make this space. Well, you said you imported as one object, right? That I would recommend against. Yeah. Yeah. There's a whole learning curve with game dev, but getting like one tool each space, I think, would be a good goal. So yeah, it depends on where you're coming from, and that's definitely one of the things that I'm trying to be better at, is like getting people from other industries into sort of the game dev so they have less issues. But I would say polycount and draw calls would be the main one, because that's the basics. If you don't have those down, you're probably not going to do that great. So once again, curved assets, use the polycount tool in Unity and get a good idea of how many polygons. And file size also plays a part. If it has a lot of polygons, it's going to be a larger file size. So there's a few elements there. This one, well, it's interesting because I mean, actually, this is a lot of portals or links. So I'm actually going to have a bunch of karaoke spaces, like different themes and whatnot. But those are going to be linking to other spaces. So this is one space that feels like, well, this is going to be like 10 spaces that feels like one. So my approach is basically going to be these two areas. So I can make them quite high because there's not much there, to be honest. But here's an example of the duplication. So this seat is one seat. So I've made a prefab, and the prefab goes to this one, that, and that one is a model, which is this one. So there's that, yeah. So there's one asset, and then I've just made a prefab. So if I edit one of them, so I can show you, if I go here, that one, right mouse click, prefab, I can edit it here or edit it in isolation, so I can sort of see exactly what I'm doing. And let's say, I don't know, let's change the color. And then I go back. Ta-da. That actually looks better. I like that. Thank you. Yeah, excellent. So basically prefabs are 1, reduces file size, 2, it keeps things, like Unity handles prefabs better, especially when you do static with things like occluder and occluder static. And I just put these on because that's a light mapping issue. That's the other thing. If you're new to Unity, light mapping is very important. You can only have 1 to 4 like real-time lights. Most of them are baked. So that's definitely something you might need to look into. I have tutorials on most of this stuff in the docs, if you've checked them out. But Unity Light Mapper, or light mapping, baking light, those are the keywords for the docs on that. Yeah. No, it's a big thing, very important, and super useful because it looks much better. Yeah. No worries. No, not really. The space is completely like this is the benefit of Mona. Like you have all sorts of metaverses coming out now. Some are more limited, and it's like these are the tools. This is how you do it, and it's a little easier. Mona has the ability to go much further, but it's also much more open. So what it looks like and how it plays is completely up to you. At the moment, the only limitation you have is I think it's minus 60. Will kill you in that you'll go so low that you'll respawn. So that's just so if people fall off the space they can get back into it. But when it comes to limitations, not really many you have to worry about. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Oh, okay. So you sort of like have a... Ah, okay. Yeah, so for that sort of thing, and the reflection, I would highly recommend not being real-time, just because real-time reflections are very expensive. But the skybox, you can customize, so you would make that, but that is always going to be outside what you create in it. That's just that. Yes. Yeah, you could... Yeah. So apart from the skybox, anything you put in a space is completely up to you. So if you want to make it like look like that, you could 100% do that. The reflection would be interesting though, but there are ways to do it. I haven't looked into reflection because to me it's just like, that's expensive, not gonna do it. But some people have done it. So... more technical minded than me, anyway. Yeah. Yeah, ideas are... Yeah. I think I'm on 15 different spaces that I want to make now. And yeah, but yes, you could 100% do that. And it's just a case of how do you make that performant with the effect that you want, and that would be an interesting one. But you could definitely get to what you want to do. But yeah, the skybox is basically infinitely big. So what you want to make it look like can be up to you, as long as it's performant enough to do so. So that's the limitation, is does it run well? Yeah, yeah. Me and Wolf were looking into that. So as a single player, yes. As a multiplayer, no. Yeah. And that's because of networking issues. We will improve those, but like that specific type of thing is a network nightmare. So I don't think that will be possible. It was a cool idea though. It looked really good as a single player. Like when I walked from one place to the next, that was really cool. Yeah, I think if you yeah, as we've said, like if you had fog, for example, so you hid the people that were floating, basically, um, that could work, or imply that it works. So that would be very hack type of approach, as cool as that would be. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah. Now, there's definitely a lot of approaches to, like, I want to do this thing, how do I do it? And it's not a case of, oh, this is straight up obvious, but there's a lot of stuff where it's just like, I can make it work if I do these weird things together. Which is kind of fun. I don't mind it, actually. It's like how to break something correctly. Yeah. I lost my high polygon chair. I'm slightly very I'm both slightly and very annoyed that I've lost it. I'll have to make it again. Yeah, so like I made a Dance Dance Revolution machine, and for some stupid reason I actually saved those assets over the top of my Karaoke Space. Blender file anyway. So I don't know why, but that's what I did. Yeah. Okay, so that's done. Let's bake that. So if you're interested in seeing light mapping, because that's what I'm going to be doing pretty much now, because I've done a couple of updates. Basically, that's in here. Lighting. If it's not there, it's like window rendering lighting. If there's nothing in here, to new light settings. And then adjust these as you see fit. These are generally my settings that I play with. So 256. I add ambient occlusion, so put that on. This is directional. Leave that to medium to start, and then go. That's kind of it. So, yeah, and then just go generate lighting. I think my video on... It's interesting. I think my video on stream goes funny, but I think my video on Discord is actually pretty good, so I'll be able to talk to you at least. So all of the assets that are going to do or be light mapped, so nicely shadowed and stuff like that, has the static at the top right of the inspector. And one of those settings applies it, because there's a few settings in that, but I usually just make it all static. And the lights all have baked in them, or mixed, but usually baked. And that usually does the trick. Ah, really? Okay. Not as smooth as I thought. There we go. Okay. So that's what it does. So as you can see, the lighting is now much nicer. And the shadows are in here. So it just looks a lot better. That's interesting though. Yeah, light and shadow. So this whole area is much lighter now. So there's that. Now there are some interesting things. I wonder why that is. That might be too thin. Okay, let's find out. So my voice did, like, get lost a bit there. Ah. It's universal then. Alright, let's try that again. Interesting. Yeah, I'll worry about that later, I think. Kinda works. Yeah, so most of it's going to be in here. You got like a little door in here that goes into the party room. So you have like, I don't know, 10, 20 people. But this corridor, like all of these corridors are just going to have a bunch of doors. And each door links to another space that could be big or small. And that's just the karaoke space. Bigger than it is. Yeah, it's not many spaces have done that yet, and you can definitely portal to minted spaces, and we'll probably add some functionality to that in the future. But you can also link to a website. So I'm probably going to use artifacts to link. Well, actually, no, portals would be better because, like, then they'll never change. Because it's on the network. So you can link to just a website with an artifact. But that would be useful because you get an introduction to what kind of space it is. That's interesting. Decisions. You don't worry about that in the future. Because artifacts allow you to pull up an image and a description. So I can put an image, a link, and a name and a description and an artist. So that'd actually be quite good. So when I click on a door, I can find out what it's like before I go there. Portals go directly there. But I will always know that a minted space will be there. So pros and cons to both, I guess. Now, yep. Yeah, so that one is probably a canvas. So canvases are images. It can be any image. It can be an NFT, but it could also just be any image. And that also allows you to link and connect to another website. Artifacts are basically hyperlinks. So you can't change it. Although now that we've changed to the smart contract to version 2, in the future you can update your space. So you could update an artifact if you wanted to. So for now, I'm just leaning towards sort of saying that just artifacts are hyperlinks. So same functionality. I click on it, thing comes up, I can read it, and then I can go to our website. So that's that functionality there. It can be, yeah. So you can actually link an image to an artifact to sort of show what it's meant to be. So once again, it could be any image. So if I had like a little pic of the karaoke room that you're going to go into, you could sort of have an idea of when I go through this artifact, this is what it does, and it says the name of the name of the artifact. So that would be the room name. It would have an artist, so I could put that as the artist of the person who made that room. A bit of detail, like a pitch for please come into this karaoke room, and then the picture of the karaoke room. So yeah, it could have a picture there. Where's the door? I need a door. Do I not have a door? I've lost the door. Yeah. No worries. Thanks for jumping in. I'll catch you later. Alrighty. So, working on a door. I had a door. I've lost the door. So I have to make it again. I need to get better at organization of my assets, because it's getting to the point where I'm making more than enough spaces that I could save a lot of time if I know what I'm doing. Get there one day. Okay. I think, what is it, these two? Bridge faces. Yeah. Now, I'm not sure if I want to make this a door. I kind of do. A door makes kind of sense. Once again, I'll probably use this door a fair bit. So. Well, it's karaoke. I have to have a door, because otherwise it'll be too loud. So that answers that. Shift D, not Control D. It's one of the weird things about Blender when duplicating things. Not too sure why they went with that choice. I'm going to separate that. Okay, what kind of door do we want? I get glass door in that one. Maybe? Yeah. What do I mean? So in that case, let's do a curve. Because this is a thing. So curve, and I haven't done this on I don't think in any of our workshops. You can actually, where is it? I always forget geometry. So 0.1. Is it that one? Nope. There we go. So 0.01. Yeah. And this one, I think. Yeah. So maybe 6 is a good one because this is a handle, so it's a very small asset. Now note that 6 is not. That's how many there. Right, so we'll leave that at. Put that to 10. And this is the resolution, sorry. So 2. No, I think 2 is good. Okay. So what this allows us to do is create a little door handle. With actual curves. Now to extend it, which you probably want to do, you just go to the end and press E. And I'm not sure if you can actually join, interestingly enough. I don't use curves very often, so not so good at it. Yeah, not too important. What I will do though is, because of that, is make the bottom so you can't see it as much. Do a ring. Oh, that'd be interesting. That'd be cool. Yeah, so the goal here is actually to do that kind of effect. Now that's too high polygon for the effect that I want, so I'm going to have to redo that. Yeah, we have door handle. The thing is also, like, say, let's get that down to 4. So that's probably better, but because my space is so small, and I don't actually have a lot of content in it, I can actually do a little bit more if I want to, and I'm going to clean that up as well. So there's a couple of aspects of this. Designing it. Hey Brian, how's it going? What's the good word, if any? Nice to see you too. Thanks for joining. Me too. It's even in the title. Can't get more chill than me. Actually, I make one side and then delete the other one, so it is precise. Yeah, that's good. So once you make it, you can right click on it and then convert to mesh, and then I can start doing some basic optimization. So I'm going to press dot on the numpad to focus. Get rid of these. Cool. Then I'm going to duplicate that, rotate it. That's the plan. Got that. This is getting there. Just making a door. Get rid of everything else. Where's the door though? Yeah. There was a door. Yeah. Yeah. You mean it doesn't look pretty now? Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah, no, I think it's going to be pretty cool. And the thing is, I just realized today, like, this is all of it, to be honest, because each of these rooms are going to be sort of links to other places. So I could put a lot of content, like quality, in here and not worry too much about the size of it. So that's going to be pretty cool. So pretty happy about that. Now, let's move this there. So when I rotate it, it'll be there. Okay, so that's the door done, I think. Export. Door glass. Door glass. Alrighty. Let's get that in. That's closed. Door. That one. Fix that. That way or that way? Ooh, I didn't change the thing. Okay. That'll be better. Okay, so if it goes there, then you go that way. Yeah, I think that's a better way to do it. Ah, that's not... Okay, I've got to clean that up as well. Yeah, so that whole thing I've got to fix. Now, let's make those materials correct. So we got glass and we got metal. There we go. Where'd the glass go? Ah, didn't save it. My fault. I didn't name this either. So door frame. Door 1. Door glass. Save that again. Everything's going to break, but that's fine. I prefer better names. I don't know. It worked. Nice. Wonder why it doesn't work sometimes. Interesting. This is... We'll put this in the party room. Yeah. Door frame, door glass. Alright. Maybe I could put the Dance Dance Revolution machine in here somewhere. Stage. Nope. Yep. Well, let's fix that one thing, I think. Okay, let's get rid of the party glass. Let's merge these two. And then we can sort of clean some of this up. So, what do we got? Lost. At lost. And we can actually get rid of those. Like so. And then we can unwrap all of this, because that is a mess. Select all. UV, smart UV, go. Cool. Now that will have a tileable texture, which is what we want. Might actually add this line everywhere. Get rid of some of that, but yeah. Why? What? Okay, we get rid of all of that because we want that one. Nope. And that, nope, wrong one. Okay, there we go. And get rid of that. Cool. Scale Z 0. All right. Let's Control Alt, all transforms, and then unwrap. Now, that's why I can't see it. I'm going to turn that off. Where's that? That might help. I always forget that. Cool. I think it's all Tulu. Let's change the color a bit so we can actually see it. Yeah, that's what we want. What else do we need? Party glass and the stage. Where's the stage? Stage. I'm blind. Okay. Cool. Now this is, I think, an example of unwrap not working or not being done. So if I do that, and then that's what we project. Or maybe I did unwrap. One of those two. Not too sure. Alright. I think that's ready to go. Export. FBX. That. And that will break because I changed the light mapping, because I changed stuff. The light mapping is all broken, which is fine. Okay, we'll give that a shot. Let's grab some lights and put them around. Actually, I think that would be a good idea. Which is nearly perfect. Sure. 2 or 3? Every 3, because that lines up with this, basically. I'm actually going to move that up so that works. Same with that one, maybe. Yeah, I might have to sneak this one a bit. That's fine. 3 and a bit. Nominal, no. I do need to move that up. How much? Half a block. There. A little bit higher. Perfect. Now all those ones need to go up slightly higher because it's not going to have the raised bit. Yeah. Get rid of the gizmo so we can see. Yep, that's good. That's not. So move that down a little bit. No. Maybe it's just a lighting thing. Ah, yeah, that's a bake thing. Okay. Cool. Alrighty. Save. Lighting. Bake. My voice is going to go weird, so I'm not going to use it. Alright, done. Yeah, those are too high. What's going on there? Those are good. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Really? Ah, yeah, okay. That was me trying to get rid of that. I'm not even sure why that is. Either way, for now, let's just move that back up. Oh, that's a thing. Right. It's because I'm an idiot. Okay, so that goes there. Okay. Plus. Then move that down. Let's go really far. There. Hey, Thomas. How's it going? Yeah, lighting's weird. That's all I'm going to say. It's a thing. It's a whole thing. I'm trying to get rid of this. I'm not exactly sure why that's there. Yeah, I was thinking of doing like that. I did an inset sort of by mistake because I extruded it, but I might actually do a small inset, so that'll actually just add a bit of detail. That might be pretty cool. Okay, so what do I have to do for this? I have to move those lights and these lights down just to see what happens. Yeah, let's do that just to see if we can get rid of that. If we can't, then that's fine. I will figure that out another way. Go. All right. Nope, still there. That's annoying. I don't know why that one is. Problem for future map. I'm just going to do this. Maybe there. Let's grab the internal one. Do that thing. Down or up? Alright, then we have to get all the lights again, and then we're moving on. Don't know what to. There we go. Alright. One more light map and we're good. Save. Yeah, video, the screens will have to be video. So certainly waiting for that, as is everyone. Looking forward to getting that functionality in. I'm not even sure, I'm not sure actually if technically, because I need this to be the same karaoke screen. But I don't want to have it so it loads 3 of the same video, because that's just too much. So I'll have to see. This might actually have to be 1, which might be maybe this one, and like a GIF or something behind here, but we'll see. We'll find out when the functionality kicks in. Well, I need the words, right? So I need that. The goal is that the host of the space, I guess, is streaming. I don't think we can share the desktop directly. So I think if you stream your desktop, and someone, the host, is the karaoke king, and that people take requests for songs, and then they can put the songs in, and then everyone sings, and it'll be fun. So yeah, that's the plan. We'll see how it goes. All right, there we go. I was gonna say those like, it looks kind of dark, but to be honest, that's kind of what most karaoke places look like. They're not that bright in the hallways anyway. And once I add doors and stuff, that'll look a lot better. So, okay, let's do a reactor, and then I'll probably call it. Yeah, I think that works. So, reactor. We want probably a double. One way is usually hit the person when they're going in, so I'm gonna have to do a double. So that's cool. Let's make a new asset for this one. Door, party room. Sounds like a great time. Karaoke's the best. Big fan. I think of all of the things I picked up in Japan, karaoke is one of them. Big fan. Okay. So, what do we need? We need a few reactors. We need... let's go in. Duplicate that. Out. And duplicate that. Reset. Yeah, that's what we want. Now I'm going to move these to where they kind of need to be. So if I connect, if I get in this one, the door goes in. If I connect to this one, the door goes out. And if I get out of this one, the reactor resets. Cool. Let's put reactor on all of these. Reactor. We also need box colliders. Right. Let's turn those down. Cool. Now, name is for these, like, this is sort of the first semi-complicated reactor I've ever made. So make sure that your naming is correct, because, yeah, oh no. Hang on, this is a thing. Hang on. I'm going to report this one, because I'm not sure why it happens. Please wait a moment for technical difficulties. No. Of all of the people to be using numbers, no. That is not going to happen. Okay, I'm going to hope I can figure this out, because yeah, it's going to be a thing. Okay, maybe. Yeah, maybe. All right. Door in set. Oh, good. I can do it. Let's see if we can drag it. Well, actually, let's set up the animation, because that's kind of what we need to do. I'm going to put it on this asset so it has access to all of these. I could just do it on this, I guess, but I'm actually going to put it on this one. Now, to easily do that, I'm just going to go to animation, create. Door idle. Now this is going to be a one frame animation. Door glass. Make sure that it's a pivot, like so. And then I'm using control to snap it so I can get it exactly where it needs to be. Then we're going to create a couple ones. So we need door in, record, maybe there. Yeah, let's do that. And then another one, door out. So, then we have our animator that doesn't seem to be, because we're not on the animator. Door idle, door in, door out. So I'm going to make transition to that, make transition to that, make transition to that, make transition to that. We need a parameter. Let's do, I think I'll do like door in is true and door out is true. So that is the transition time between closed and open. If I recall, a bit longer is better. So let's go full. Turning off exit time so I can trigger it whenever I want to. Door in is true. Door in is false. And same with this one. Oops. Door out is true. Door out is false. Okay. So that's the animation done, so we can jump around our animator. And then hopefully this works. It's going to be weird though. So the animator, sorry, is on door glass. So I'm going to drag that in there. That works. Can I drag? Can I hide? Let's delete that, I guess. Parameter is door in. Can't see it. Yeah, that's not working. Okay, so I'm gonna have to look into that with the team. Not sure why that is. Yeah, seems to be a thing now. Anyone else? Have any ideas of why that's doing that? Okay, so I'll describe what happens. So basically with this, I'm going to set the door animator parameter, which is door in, to true when I get on this collider. So let's create that collider. And make it a little bigger. There. And then we want it to be like that big. So when I walk into this collider, yeah, I'll do that. I'll give that a shot. Save. Bye. Have you tried turning it on and off again? Yeah, it's done it before, and then it didn't. So it was fine, and then it wasn't. No. Yeah, I'll talk to the dev team about it. Hopefully we can figure that out, because, yeah, that's a thing. But for those who would like to know, basically, yeah. So when I go into this collider, I should actually put that first. That would actually make more logical sense. But set the door glass that has the animator here. Pardon me. Set the door glasses parameter, which is door in, to a boolean true. And then on this side, ooh, that's a point. Let's try that. No. This is broken. Ooh. Hmm. Dang it. So you change the variable to true. And same with our out. So I'm just going to remove that, I guess. It does seem to be a reactor bug, like a reactor chart bug. What do you want to call it? Can't see anything. There we go. So when I'm walking in this collider, the door will go out by setting door out to true. And then I have... just remove it. And then I have this one, which is when I walk out of this reactor, set everything to false. And that is a double door. So yeah, I'm good on that. So the colliders are set up, so that's great. It's annoying that I can't show it, because that would have been a really good opportunity to show this. But oh well. Let us see what's next. How are we going for time? 20 minutes. What else can I do? I'm annoyed that I have to make that again. Maybe I can sort of fudge it. Okay. Actually, how's our lighting? 1. Alright. Can ramp that up a bit then. 60. I actually need to make sure that all of my models have generate light map UVs. That's very important. So that's cool. Alright. What else can I do? I'm not sure why that's there. I assume it's because of that, and the light is going through. I'm not really sure. It's a bit of a weird one. Same with here. Oh, hang on. Hang on. No, it's got a... No, there's something on that side. Strange. Okay, doors. I think we need a door. Yeah. To fill out the rest of the space. So we got door frame, which is fine. And then we need another door glass. We're going to duplicate that. Hide that one. And how does this work? Well, let's check. Do some, what do you call it? What's the spy thing when they like recon? Do some recon. Karaoke booth doors. What? Oh yeah, that's pretty accurate actually. Yeah. No, that's what it is. Like, you can always look into somebody else's room. No. That's a bit too big. That's pretty accurate. I don't know what that is. Mini karaoke box. Really? I'd do that. Random. Oh, cool. So we're sort of going to do something like that. Interesting that they have the curve thing. It looks kind of, I don't know. I think this is better. So this door frame, door handle, and a slightly smaller window. Okay. I got to do numbers as well. Ooh, numbers. Huh. Worry about that later. Where are we? Okay. So, we want to get rid of that. Be that. And a door handle there. Yeah, that could work. Bridge faces. Thank you. Actually, I'm going to grab one of them. I'm going to grab both of them. Duplicate that. Separate. Then bridge. Glass. Nope, that's not what we want. Solid glass. Cool. We need to push those together there. Scale. Yeah. Get rid of that one. That one. All right, we have a door. Now, handle. Done. Maybe a little bigger than normal. I find that it's actually kind of good to scale up some things. Yeah. Let's just make it big and then we'll worry about the rest later. Extrude. Kind of all of them. Yeah, let's make it cooler. Somehow. Yeah, does the job. It is indeed a door. Knob, not kettle. Objects, shade smooth. Let's just smart. Nope. Yeah, that'll look. Kind of want to. Get rid of those for one. And this one. Actually, that's cool. I'm gonna. Yeah. Much better. Get some. Alright, and then if I recall, it is here. Punch that up, let's say 9. Cool. The question is, do we put it on the other side as well? No, this door is... So, this is chrome. Do we have that yet? Metal. This one... plastic. Yep. And glass. Let's make this a little darker. So we have a door. Cool. Ah, these doors, like, you can't see in. I didn't think of that. Because there's going to be links. Ah, that's a different location, so I'm going to have to move that across. Or flip it. Let's flip it. Control A, all transforms. There we go. Give that a shot. Let's just call this room. Dink, dink, dink. And plonk them everywhere. Door room. Now that is going to be... Oh, okay. So we're gonna make that a prefab, and then that. Yep. Kind of that. Now we do need to tweak some of the materials, so let's do those. So let's go plastic white, metal black, and glass. Why is it pink? What is going on? Weird. Classic Unity. Okay. And now I'm gonna have to do something with that. Actually, might do that now. Actually, so glass duplicate solid. Maybe I'll get rid of the alpha, make it more gray. Go opaque, and this is going to break it because who knows why. No. Alright, let's try. Alright, cool. I didn't do numbers. I'll have to do numbers at some point. Okay, how do we lay that out? Yeah. Ah. For small rooms or... Yeah. That? Is that the same? Alright, do it this way. There you go. Yeah, that works. Duplicate that. Rotate. So none there, maybe one there. Let's grab that one. Yep. There's been a lot of karaoke places, a lot of rooms. Which is exactly what we want. Nope. 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 That's what we want. Good. Duplicate that. Move over there a little bit. Rotate. Now we kind of want opposite that. Some of these are not right. Ah, okay. I'm gonna have to figure these out. I'm gonna like balance out the lights and the doors, so that's gonna be an interesting thing, especially because this kind of throws it. That said, it's probably not gonna be that hard, to be honest. So if I put that like right in the middle, and put that there, put that there. Put that there, sort of thing. I think that works. So it's kind of like a balance between like organization. Like ideally I'd want it in front of the lights or the half lights. And maybe that'll work. So let's give that a shot. That looks good. And then sort of half these ones. So there's always like, apart from the technical side of things, you always want to design in a way that looks and feels good, I guess. So just trying to get that as much as possible. Should I put one that one? Yeah, because I can push it out there a bit. There's so many karaoke rooms. Excellent. Duplicate those. Actually, I might do a metal thing around that. That actually might look a lot better. Up a little bit. Or we actually make these even smaller. Like these could be smaller rooms. Up a bit. To there. Oops, nope. And then let's grab those and move them down here. I think we're good. We're going to do one more light map bake. At some point I'm going to put numbers. I think I'm going to use a prefab and then like make them slightly different. I don't know if that is as optimized, but we'll give it a shot. But yeah. Nothing coming together. Save. Let's get these down a bit. Let's make sure that all of our assets, including the new doors, generate light map UVs. And then bake. Okay. Alrighty, we have our space. Let's... Ooh, no, there's a escalator, elevators. Let's do a test. Test. I don't think I've got any colliders on there. It should be fine. Is the ceiling too low? Maybe. That looks pretty cool. Yeah, so we've got dots from shadows from the lights, which is an interesting one, because I don't believe there's any light above it. So some of the issues, like there's that line around here, which I need to figure out, and those dots. So, directional light. Okay. I wonder if I can... Yeah, okay. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Okay, so that line is a directional light, and it's real time. I can actually turn the lights off, because I don't... Those wouldn't give light, so that's an easy fix. So yeah, I figured out that issue, so that's good. Go down here. It's a bit tight, but that's how it feels in these environments. So those actually have to be artifacts or portals. So I'll get to those eventually. One thing that's come up recently is because we can update spaces now, or eventually in the future when we add that functionality. Technically, I could make those light mapped, because if you go to the original file and update the light maps, whereas previously artifacts and things. So that is one choice that we could do going forward. I'm happy I figured out that light map issue, because that was bothering. Okay. Magic. And then we have our tiny little karaoke room. Gonna put some colliders on there as well. I'm wondering if, like, tables might be better here. Like a little, because no one's gonna sit there, right? So I might actually make that a table. With some stuff. So that'd be cool. Alright, and then we go up here. Oops, gonna put a collider on the thing. The height's right. They seem a bit big, but that's fine. The other option is I do like stand there, and this is why I want strafe on controls, so I can just look this way and sing. So you can do a little bit of movement, I guess. And then see the words there, but then you can't see everyone like doing this at you. Or dancing. So it's a bit of an interesting thing. So that's why. But the thing is also, like the karaoke screens over there, that might be too small. So I might actually have to do that if I wanted to. So it's definitely some choices there. But we'll see. I need to fix up there as well. And down there. I thought I fixed that. I didn't fix that end. Okay. So a couple of fixes. These colliders are just colliders at the moment. So as soon as I put reactor on it, it allows you to walk through them. So that's cool. I do want to make it so when I go here, like, they sort of start squirting post-mix, because that'd be kind of fun. But yeah, starting to look 100%. I need a staff member, maybe, here with a computer, so I need to do that sort of stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of detail. We're still on the primary details, but we're definitely getting there. So that's cool. Alrighty, let's go up here and wrap up, I guess. Under the Sea, coming to you live. Alright, I'm going to wrap it up there for now. Thanks all for jumping in, and happy building. Catch you later. Yeah.